Hi everyone, I'm Francesco, developer advocate at Daily.dev. I'm also a Docker captain, Microsoft MVP, and I create videos on YouTube, and I stay too much time on Twitter. And this year I'll participate to this amazing Frontend Nation conference, and my talk, it will be about Rust and web development, which might sound a bit strange. This is why you should really attend this talk, so you'll understand which is the connection between Rust and web development. Can you create web applications using Rust? Spoiler, yes. If you want to know the rest, you should come to my talk. Thank you. About my background, I'll keep it short. I have a past as a volleyball coach, so I've not been working in tech for my whole life. I switched to tech about 10 years ago. I worked as a full-stack developer for the European Space Agency, and then since COVID, you know, we talk about pre-COVID and after-COVID eras. After COVID, I started being more active on social media, a bit too much active on social media during the lockdown, and then I started making YouTube videos, and then I started working in DevRel, and so basically this is the quick story, but now I really enjoy doing conferences as a speaker. Really love that. I love to create videos, to do live streams, so to engage as much as possible with the developer community, because I think it's the best community ever. And that's it. That's the short story. This is a great question. I'll keep it short. Before stepping into tech, I've been working as a volleyball coach, as I said, and also as a teacher. Both of my parents are teachers, so I lived in a teacher's family. We were always talking about school, basically, for my whole teenager times. There was a bit some time ago. And when I stepped into tech and I became a developer, I felt that something was missing. I was missing the part of sharing my knowledge, teaching people what I know. I think that teaching is a mission, and so content creation allowed me to go back on this teaching side, and so this really made me feel better, and that's why I started doing this, and I still do this, and I really enjoy doing this. So that's the core reason, and of course because it also gives me freedom and to travel around the world. Yes, so I said that I started making videos, but now I'm trying a new experience, which is to write a technical book. And I decided to do this because I like challenges. I like to do something that is out of my comfort zone, as I did when I stepped on the stage for the first time. I started publishing my first video. So I always need, something that I don't feel comfortable with. And it's also allowed me to have many ideas for my videos, ideas for talks. There are some parts about Rust and web development in the book there will be. So the short answer is that I like to challenge myself and try to do something that I don't feel comfortable with. I never wrote a book so far, so why not? I think that Rust has a great potential as a programming language. We have been seeing it to grow year after year. I think it has been the most loved programming language on Stack Overflow for 8 years in a row. It's like that Olympic champion that always wins like a year after year, and so this was the core reason. But I like basically everything about Rust. Starting from the annoying compiler. Rust is a compiled programming language, so it's a bit annoying. I always make the analogy with the Rust compiler with that annoying grammar that also loves you. So it's like everything has to be perfect. If you have something that is not perfect, it just will not compile your code. So this forces you to write good code. But after you are done, you are sure that you will have something which is running, which is fast, which is performant, which will have C-like performance, but also with safety. So it's like jumping on a C train, like the C programming language, but with safety belts. So that's why I like it. Yes, I think I never had a single bad experience in a relationship, in a friendship with another Rust developer. So this should mean something, because I talked with, I think, hundreds, if not thousands of Rust developers. Also, I know now an Italian member, I'm Italian by the way, of the Rust Foundation, Marco Ieni. And so basically this has been a very welcoming community for me. I hope to be now part of this welcoming community. And yes, so if you want to get started, I think that having a great ecosystem is the key for a language to be adopted. because people are not looking for a language which is 0.001 millisecond faster. They are looking for answers. They are looking for support. They are looking for people they can talk with so they can solve their problems. Even in this AI era, we still look for people who have the same interest and people who we can share our knowledge with. And I think Rust really shines in this. It's a very welcoming community. So this misconception, I partially agree, but I think that having this hard way to learn it, if that's done properly, like I try to do with all the content I create, including this talk that I hope you will like, is not that hard as it might look. Also, the syntax, some people don't like it. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. I saw that, okay, what is that? I'm not used to it. But once you get used, I promise that this will absolutely make sense. So the misconception is that Rust is hard to learn and is impossible, or is it just for system programming? Spoiler, it can also be used for web development. Yes, this is basically what my talk is about. And this might also be a bit of a unpopular opinion, because probably if you ever heard about Rust, you connect it with embedded systems, system programming, write a whole new operating system, of course, blockchain. The real reason why I started creating Rust tutorials is that it can be learned in web development. I think it's a great way. If you ever created an API, for example, in another programming language, it might be easier for you to learn Rust, because you will try some endpoints, you will do create some controllers, but with the Rust language, with the Rust syntax and the Rust compiler. So this is exactly what my talk is about, the Rust and web development. And we will see also the ecosystem, and I have good vibes for the future of Rust, especially in web development. We will see.